What you want, yeah. We just chillin' by the Wawas, lemonade with the large fries. Puff twice for the calm high, ayy, what you want, yeah. Big checks make the bank bounce. Old school kitty paint down. Bad chicks, they from down south, ayy, what you want, yeah.
Hello and welcome to my
YouTube channel,
BQ Quick Review. I'm your host, BQ, and as you can see, we always got the person that's always trying to take over my show. Go ahead and introduce yourself for the people who don't know.
Man, if you don't know me, my name is Pook Hustle. You can see me on the shirt, you feel me? I'm a hip-hop artist from Brooklyn, New York, and this is my brother.
Okay.
Yeah,
and today we're going to be doing a special episode or talk for the ladies, you know. If you guys haven't watched, we did a talk. What the hell are you doing?
Don't worry about me.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave him in his own space. But anyways, we did an episode talking about red flags, and me and my brother came up with 6 red flags for women. And yeah, today we actually came up with 12 green flags. So these are some things that women should do, or more say it like, if we see these things, you know, you're in a good spot. Let's just say that. Let's just say you're in a good spot. But yeah, if you guys like this video, you know, make sure you like and comment, as it helps with the YouTube algorithm. How about we just get started? How do you know I was gonna clap right there?
It's so obvious at this point, you know. You gotta get him to step his clap game up.
Maybe.
Hey,
yo, yeah.
That's it. Okay, so number 1, we're gonna start with healed/healing trauma. Now, something that's a consistent theme that I've seen like throughout, you know, the past or whatever, is running into people with a lot of baggage. And people who are also not doing work to clean up their baggage or learn how to deal with it. And that is left for us to pick up as men a lot of times, and nobody really speaks about that aspect. But I know as black people, we do go through a lot of trauma. The women in our community do sometimes, and we do as well. But I think on my end, I'm doing my best to heal mine. So I would want to be, you know, meet somebody who's also dealing with theirs, because I don't want to have to do it all the time. Yeah,
no, that's very, very true. Because one thing I'll say is nobody's responsible for fixing your trauma but you. I think in a lot of times when dealing with women and stuff, you know, they kind of make you feel like you have to fix them, or you being in their lives helps their trauma and stuff like that, or you have to kind of tiptoe like you're walking on thin ice because of their trauma. And no, go fix your own traumas. Go get help. You are an adult. You know, I have a bit, you know, of empathy for that, but still, I'm not like supposed to be coming in trying to fix up damaged people. You know, that's not anybody's job, and even vice versa for women. So if a woman got her head straight, you know, on you know, the mental side of things, you know, that's a very good green flag, especially if you are going to get help and using things like therapy and things like that. You know, very good green flag. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So what's the next one, Hustle?
Okay. So the next one, number 2, would be reciprocity. Now, we all know as dudes, when you try to speak to a shorty or holler at her, you giving her the vibes, you know, you running down like, yo, hey, yo, ma, yo, you trying to pull up and get some drinks or do this, then the third later. But there's times where a woman will kind of show they're kind of interested or not really interested. And one thing I've noticed is if you have to guess with somebody, the case is that they usually don't like you. So reciprocity is a big green flag. So if you see that you texting somebody and they're texting back fast, you invite them somewhere, they're trying to, if they can't make it there, they're trying to make another plan with you. They're putting forth the effort. So it's just that reciprocity.
Yeah, no, definitely agree with that. You know, just showing, you know, pretty much like the same energy that you giving. You know, we like that when you know, when we talk to you, you know, you're showing the same excitement when we go out to places too. Are you like do you even want to offer to contribute to going out to places, you know, or just showing that you have the same amount of interest as I do. You know, I hear this term of pick-me's, you know, I'll go into that. But, you know, I think the concept, me personally, I think it's stupid because, yeah, I want to fucking pick me. Yes, pick me. Yes, I want that. I don't want to, yeah, I guess I'll get with you. Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Yeah,
I don't like that energy.
Yeah, nah.
Be a fucking pick me. I want to pick me. Best relationship I've had is with somebody that had, you know, reciprocated the same energy back with me, which would be labeled as a pick me. And then other girls will look at those type same girls like, oh, it's, you know, why are you cooking for them? Why are you doing this? Shut up. But anyways, yeah. And the next one is being open-minded. Yes, being open-minded. So being open-minded, I think, can get there's certain levels to it. We ain't asking you to be like stupid and go with whatever whatever a guy says. But what open-mindedness means is when a guy mentions something to you, or mentions an idea or anything, or mentions how they want to work out a relationship with you, that means just listening and processing it, rather than just like, fuck that, I ain't dealing with all that shit. Like, it's just like understanding and also putting yourself in the other person's shoes. And I guess that could kind of tie into
to the next one, which is understanding. Like, along with open-mindedness, understanding is, it kind of goes hand in hand with consideration. When you really care about somebody, you take the time to understand the nuances of their life. And it doesn't mean you have to accept everything.
Yeah, no.
Because like the same thing with there's a limit to it. Like, you got to know what your limits are. But being understanding is just like taking a person into account. It's considering what they've been through and having empathy for that.
Yeah, and that goes back to like even like the trauma and stuff. Like, it's not like I'm saying, oh, don't deal with people that have trauma, you know, be understanding of their trauma, but that doesn't mean you have to fix their trauma or even deal with it. You can look at that person and be like, you know what, okay, this person went through this and they're dealing with that. I don't want to deal with it. That's up to your choice. But if you know your limit as a person and you know that they've been through this, so, you know, I'm going to be understanding of this situation, then do that. But, yeah, you know.
Yeah. Okay. The next one is accountability. Now, he's going to have a lot to say about this, I can tell. But, like, when, you know, one thing about me is if I make a mistake or I've done something wrong to hurt somebody, I am the first to be, you know, empathetic in the role I played in the situation. I will acknowledge it. But there's been so many times where I've been in a situation where somebody wouldn't even in the least bit recognize the role they played in whatever happens. Like, it takes two to tango most of the time. So accountability is big for me, because if you can't acknowledge what you did wrong, how am I supposed to forgive you? I can't. You know, saying sorry doesn't always make things better. No, I need you to understand what you did wrong. Yeah.
And that is very true, because a lot of times when we fucked up, it's like women want us to fucking crawl on our knees and do some crazy shit to get back good with them, basically. We want the same thing back, you know? Like, we don't want you to crawl on your knees or nothing, but like, just acknowledge what you did wrong. And acknowledging what you did wrong doesn't mean, oh yeah, you know, I'm sorry, but you know you did this, and then you're not sorry, because you're switching it up. Girls like to switch it up a lot of the time. That's one problem I have with ladies. I ain't gonna lie, the men could tell you, when you're in the wrong, when ladies are in the wrong, they tend to try to switch it around to make it seem like you're the bad guy. And you ever go into an argument where it's like you're mad at the girl, and then you come out of that argument like, shit, what did I do wrong? like how? Yeah. I'd say girls are mastery at that. But yeah, accountability is very important because, you know, when you're in relationships and stuff, you're going to have disagreements. And sometimes you're not always right, and you need to acknowledge when you are not. And make sure your partner or whoever you're talking to, they are acknowledged that they are wrong too. Yeah. So. Natural beauty. Oh my goodness. I'm going to start on this one. Because natural beauty, I think, especially in the Black community, you know, we've been tricked into thinking that we need all of these different things to look beautiful. We need the makeup, the weave, and the nails, and the lashes. And especially Black men have been saying we don't like these things. We really don't. We don't like these things, and it's not going to make you look better or anything like that. And an argument that I hear from a lot of girls is, oh, well, why do y'all like the girls with that wear those type of things? It's not, we don't like them because they wear those type of things. It's just that they still look good with them. You know, with guys, when we look at women, we look from this aspect. We're like, okay, this girl has this. I don't really like that, but she has this. You know, it's more of like a trade-off or different types of things. So if a girl is wearing nails and weave and lashes, yeah, we don't really like that. But if she looks good enough, we don't really, we might look past that, you know. So yeah, we really don't like those things. And also we like natural beauty because we want to see what we wake up with when we turn over in the bed to somebody. We don't want to wake up and it's a different person. I be seeing so many Instagram models with their makeup off and different stuff, and they look like a completely different person. I'd rather see somebody that have natural beauty and they can go and do both things, you know? But
I understand the aspect of, like, you know, what's been done in our community. I also want to acknowledge that it's done in other communities just as much, but it's not as highlighted or acknowledged, of course. But, you know, I'm going to speak to our community. As far as with, like, weave, makeup, and nails and all that, believe it or not, I like that stuff. But the thing is, I like to see somebody without it when they're bad without it. Because if you look good without those things, when you put them on, it should enhance your, you know, it enhances certain features. But when it's day and night, like you look like one person with it and a different person without it, it's kind of confusing to me as a man. Because it's just like, if I'm seeing if I see somebody on Instagram and every photo I see them with makeup, and then I meet them in person, and let's say they're not wearing makeup that time, and they look like a whole different person, it's jarring. So I think it's makeup, weave, all of that stuff is okay, because I understand it's protective hairstyles and different reasons. All of that stuff is okay. But for me, the main thing is to make sure that you are comfortable in your own skin, because so many people are doing it not because that like they like it, but literally because they don't feel comfortable without it. Like I've been with women who literally like
walk out the house.
They can't walk out the house without it, or when they're looking in the mirror, they don't feel comfortable as who they are. And like, you know, that's the first thing I'm, you know, concerned about. It's confidence. Like it's because that shows that you've been healing past your trauma, which is very important to me. So I think, you know, the natural beauty thing is like, you know, it comes from the standpoint of accepting how you look and who you naturally are. That's why natural beauty is important to me.
Okay. No, I agree with that. And I'll even take it further. I had a conversation with this girl, and she was like, oh, why do guys like women with locks? Why is it so fetishized? And I tried to explain to her, it's not that it's fetishized. It's just that guys like girls with natural hair. You know? And we've been tricked into thinking our hair is ugly, nappy, and things like that. And I love our hair. Like, one thing I close it out with and go on to the next thing. Black woman, specifically for this one. We love your hair. We really do love your hair. That's why this whole lock or curly hair trend is going on. It's not because it's a fetishized thing. It's just because I think y'all have been taught that your hair is ugly or it needs to be straightened and permed, or you need to wear a weave, and that's not true. We actually love
just
natural hair.
Take care of your natural hair.
And
that's all.
It's okay to do both, you know.
For sure.
I'm not saying you can't still wear weave and stuff, but just be okay being natural sometimes too.
Okay. The next one is someone who's aligned with your purpose, or my purpose in this case. Because me in particular, I'm an artist, but whatever career or whatever you're doing as a man, you're going to want somebody who not necessarily, somebody who helps you get to where you need to go. Like, they don't necessarily have to do the work to help you in from a literal standpoint, but they have to be aligned with that. Like,
support.
They don't even have to be, because you know it could work if it's not, but I'm saying it's a plus. It is a major green flag when like you know, let's say I'm an artist and like this girl just happens to like own a publishing company or something. Like, that's aligned with my purpose. You can help me. Oh, you a videographer, photographer, maybe you're an audio engineer as a shorty. You're aligned. Maybe you're an artist. Like, those things align with my purpose as a person. And there's other ways. You don't have to work in the same field or that way. It could be you're someone who like, maybe you're somebody who's into fitness. Like, if you're into fitness, me as a man, me seeing you work out is gonna help me get in shape, even if I'm not working out with you directly. Just because you have good habits. When you have good habits, they rub off on other people. Yeah. So it's very important that a woman is like aligned with my purpose, because I know what I want out of life. So if you are doing those things that will, even if you're not directly helping me, you're motivating or inspiring me with your actions. I love that. I love that personally. Major green flag.
Yeah, no. One thing is, you know, a lot of guys, even if they want to be able to accomplish a lot of things in life so that they can take care of their families and their woman too. So, when you're aligned with that man's purpose, you're gonna win at the end of the day too. So just keep that in mind, that it's not a selfish thing or anything, because you're gonna be helping them out, because that man wants to take care of you and help you out at the end of the day too. That's how we were I can't say for all men, but that's how a lot of men were raised, to be able to take care of pretty much the share of most things.
The next one is a major one, because it's been a big thing in you know, the social media community.
Yeah, I'll let you explain this one.
Because, you know, emotional intelligence. You see, the thing about this one, a lot of women are emotional. But they're not necessarily emotionally intelligent. Emotional does not mean emotional intelligence. Intelligence is based on what you do with the information you have, not just the ability to have it. Like, I can be like, and be angry at any time, or I can be like, oh, I'm emotional, this makes me feel this way. But it's what you do after that proves you're intelligent.
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know, women are pointing out the fact that, you know, a lot of men aren't emotionally intelligent. And I see it. Sometimes a lot of men aren't. But the thing is, there's just as many women who are on the same frequency as those men with, and not even realizing it because they haven't healed past their trauma. You may be emotionally intelligent on certain things, but soon as you're triggered by anything that makes you feel emotional, you lose all logic. So for me, emotional intelligence is a major green flag, because it means that you've done the work to heal, and that you're a logical person. You're understanding, you're open-minded. It's beautiful. I love an emotionally intelligent woman, because then you can teach me about myself even.
Yeah, well, shoot, I ain't got nothing to say, actually. You pretty much summed it up. All right. But, okay, so the next one. and I'm gonna go in a little bit on this, but a girl that works out. Yes. Okay. And I want to be specific with this. You know, there's some girls who have very good genetics and don't even really have to work out, whatever. But so long as you're active, like something you're doing something. Maybe you're going bike riding, or you're doing yoga, or you walk places in your daily life or something. Just make sure you're active, because guys are very visual. We want to be with a woman that's, you know, shaped nice, because I'm sure you girls want somebody that's shaped nice too. You know, you guys, I'll admit, girls are better at looking past that than men are. I'll say that. But guys are very visual. We want somebody that's in shape, because we want to live a long possible life with somebody. And when you work out and you're in shape, you know, you lower the possibilities of any, you know, physical ailments happening to you. Not saying that it can't happen with somebody that's healthy, but you lower the possibilities of it. And also, we just like a girl that's shaped nice and look good, you know. I think that's one thing that we don't talk about, or guys don't talk about, because they feel like, my body, my choice. So, you know, especially with like girls that are like overweight and stuff, like who, you know, it seems like they're, you know, guys are trying to attack them, but it's like, no, we're just telling you what we like. Like, girls have no problem saying, I don't want a nigga that's freaking not 6 foot and over, or they pockets not this or that, or they got a little, you know. But that's one thing that guys really like in a girl that is in shape, you know. And you don't have to be a runway model or anything like that. You just have to be, you know, a nice, you know, hourglass shape, you know, follow that hourglass shape. You like shape.
I wouldn't even say just I wouldn't even just say the hourglass shape. To me, it's literally the fact that you work out. Like, you know, the shape and stuff, of course, that's always a plus. But at the same time, you know, as men, we all like different shapes. So there's always going to be a man who likes whatever shape you're in. But when you work out, you improve the shape that you already are. You know, I think the whole thing with, you know, I think you should accept your body for what it is, but you also should want to improve. Like, you know, I'm in okay shape right now myself. Like, you know, I got a little something here or whatever, and that's okay. But also, I want to improve that. Because me looking my best means that I'm going to perform the best on my day-to-day life goals. It's going to attract the, you know, the finest woman that I possibly can attract. And it just improves your quality of life. And I feel like it means I care about myself. It goes into self-care. So, yeah.
You know, I'm telling you, I'm just saying, guys like a girl that work out in this shape.
It helps. It helps, I promise.
Yes, it does. It increase. I'll say it like this. It increases your chances of like the quality in men you will get.
Absolutely. So not just the options, but the quality of the options. Because if you know, women tend to look for quality and not necessarily quantity. If you want a quality man, go to the gym. Start working out. So, maybe go for a jog, run, whatever. But if you're going in a space where you're being fit, you're aligning with that type of man. Those men are in the gym.
And don't give up neither. If you start on your workout journey, calorie deficit, and make sure you're staying consistent. But yeah, you know, that's gonna help you out, and also we like it too. So all right, so on to the next one, and this is a very simple but underrated one. And that is being nice. Being nice. Now, one thing I'll say when I've met a lot of married women is one trait that I've noticed with them is they're very freaking nice. They're not like selectively nice. They're not just nice to their husband. They're nice to everybody they meet or everybody they walk through the door with. And men notice it. And if anything, it makes you look more beautiful. It might sound weird, but it does. It makes us more attracted to you. Even like girls that I met where I was like, you know what, they're not that attractive. I'm not that attracted to them, but they're very nice. Like, I can see myself being with them. So if you're very nice, like, that just adds on to it, you know. And most of the people that I've seen that have rings and stuff, their wives are very nice. And that's one thing that I've noticed. So yeah, definitely being nice is overrated, because we ain't trying to date fucking NBA YoungBoy or DMX.
And you know, we not saying being nice in the sense of like being a pushover. Because like, you know, us men, we still like our women to like, you know, be, you know, to have their own will. Yeah. You know, be their own individual. But being nice as far as being pleasant to be around. Like, I want to be around you because you are nice. Like, you bring this joy. It's a light, warm environment. Because personally, to me, like, I bring that environment already with myself. I bring that environment when I'm around groups of people, if you ask my friends. So it's like, if I'm bringing that, I would want somebody who brings more of that, and we share that together. So that's how I feel about that.
I agree. Okay, so the next one, a woman that can cook. All right.
Yeah.
Now, I'll say this: cooking is just not a thing that's centered to one gender. I think everybody should know how to cook at this point. It's just a basic survival skill that everybody should know. So there's a lot of women that don't know how to cook nowadays. So, you know, just, you know, when a woman can cook and then they're willing to cook for you, it's a big plus. You know, they say the door to a guy's heart is like their stomach or something like that, and goddamn,
that's absolutely
very much true.
Absolutely right. Especially when it comes from a case like in this day and age, you know, ordering out is cool, but like it is not sustainable. Like, unless you're making a whole bunch of money. Yeah. When you order from Uber Eats or one of these services for like 3 times a week, and see how much money you spend. Yeah. Like, for when you're doing it for 2 people. So like, when somebody cooks, it cuts down on the expenses for everybody, and it's also just like it's an act of service. And there's nothing wrong with it. I know women are more so like, oh, you gotta earn that, and that's bullshit. You know, no, not even necessarily that. When you think about it, if you're applying for a job, I realize you have to like. You usually do more work while you're proving yourself to go to a higher position. Like, you can't be doing less work or doing no work and then expect to upgrade to the next position at a workplace. Yeah. So, like, when you think about a relationship is like a job. So if you're trying to go to the next level with a man, like, you kind of got to cook for him. And if you don't cook, that's also fine. That's not going to eliminate you. When we say green flags, this doesn't disqualify. And like, you know, when you applying for a job, like when you're trying to get to a higher position, you have to do more work. The same thing applies to a relationship. If you're trying to go from being single to a relationship, it makes sense to cook, because that's going to show a reason why you should be in a relationship with somebody. So definitely cook. It's a plus. And these suggestions aren't to say like or disqualify anybody. It's more just so to say, here's a green flag. Like, this is only going to be a plus. Yes. This is only going to be a plus. If you feel the way you get in your feelings about that, it's okay. But we're giving you the advice from men, what we want. So exactly. Who better to hear it from?
Yeah, and plus, like, just the whole cooking thing is like, you know, me personally, I want a family in the future. And if you can cook, that means you can, you know, cook for my kids and everything. Not saying that a guy can't cook. Cooking is just a basic thing that everybody should know. You should know how to cook just a few dishes at least. Yeah. Like, come on, nigga. But, anyways, like, cooking, definitely green flag, because niggas would be hungry. But, okay, so we're last one. Being self-sufficient. This is a big one right here.
This is controversial.
Yeah, because, okay, so being self-sufficient just means being able to take care of yourself, you know. Don't be asking me to pay your bills. I'm looking at you. Don't be asking me like, oh, you need to pay my car note or something like that. You know, you should be able, and I've mentioned this before, when you get into relationships, both people need to be financially, mentally, and spiritually good to take care of themselves. Nobody should be relying on anybody else to do that for them because we're adults. You know, you should be able to take care of yourself. And I'm not saying you can't, like, you know, help your partner out with like certain things like, hey, can you like nail this thing up in my house, or can you help me move this or something like that, or with the vice versa, the girl, oh, you know, can you help me decorate and stuff? Because girls are very good with detail and stuff and decorating different things. I give y'all that. But yeah, like, be able to take care of yourself. Yeah. That's it, you know. Because I'll say this, you know, yes, guys do want to take care of their woman and, you know, provide for them and do all those things for them. But we live in a different age. The economy's different. Everything is different. Most men cannot do that right now. Okay, even with the cooking thing, you know, guys should be able to cook too. You know, stop being lazy, nigga. Like, you should be able to help out in the kitchen when you can and stuff. You know, relationship is, you know, helping out where you can. I try to mention it like yin and yang. You know, we're different and we're equal but different in certain ways, and we both complement each other, but we're better together as whole. So yeah, that's what I'll say. Yeah. Just take care of yourself. That's it. You ain't gotta be rich enough.
Yeah, just be able to take care of yourself. Because like personally, for me, and I'm sure a lot of men, like if you're in a position in your life as a man where you're building your foundation and you're you know, trying to get on solid ground, the last thing you really need is to be spending all of your money that you should be investing in your career or to grow your business or to get to the next level or step of life on providing for somebody in a relationship. Like, because at the end of the day, like, relationships end. Yeah. So you can spend all of your money providing for this person and they can leave. And then you're still in the same position you were when y'all got together. So I think it's important that women are self-sufficient just like men should be. And I mean, yeah, I do understand the traditional route of providing and how a man's supposed to be able to provide. I do believe that, and we all aspire to be that, but it comes in with the understanding, because that's not everybody's situation. If you only want to date people who are in a position to provide for you, that's great. But a different set of rules come with that as well. Yep. Now, if you are looking for specifically love, you may have to widen your options, because there are some great people who are not in a financial position to provide for you. But if you can provide for yourself and they can provide for themselves and y'all can come together and figure out how to make things work between y'all, it's the perfect situation for both parties. I feel like in this whole, you know, the traditional dynamic, like back in the days probably benefited men more, but now it's benefiting women because women are in position to work and make their own money. Yeah. But they're still getting the benefits of traditional relationships. Like, so you make as much money as me, but I'm supposed to provide for you. That doesn't make sense at all to me personally. And it's not to say I don't want to provide for you, but if we're making the same amount of money, we need to work together. Yeah. Like, it's not supposed to be a thing where I'm providing for you. I think it's supposed to be we provide for each other.
Yeah, I think there's some women out there that view, like, gaining money and resources to show, like, guys gain money and resources to take care of their woman, take care of their family, and there are some women that get money and resources to show that they don't need a man.
Yeah, I mean, there's also women who just get money and spend men's. Like, there's like, that's how women be having, women be having so much money. Some of these women have so much money because they never have to spend their own. Yeah. And I'm sorry, maybe you can run that game on somebody else. It's not going to work with me. Yeah. Because I have things to spend my money on. When I'm in a position, and you know, the right person, then it makes sense. But outside of that, you should be self-sufficient. Like, I know the traditional, like, a man's supposed to provide. Okay, cool. But it's 20 whatever. Like, I don't even want to date this video, but provide for yourself so that a man can enter your life and just not have the extra pressure. Yeah. And just y'all enjoy each other for who y'all are. Like, if a man couldn't provide for you, or if a man didn't have this, would you be with him?
That's what a lot of guys think about when they're getting with a woman. Do you want me for me? But yeah, so being self-sufficient, you know, we definitely went in on that.
Yeah. I was trying to end that.
Yeah. But okay, so these are 12 green flags. If you have these green flags, then meet me at the altar in your white dress. No, but yeah, if you have these green flags, they're good. And if you don't have some of these green flags, it doesn't mean that you're completely out of the whole dating scene or whatever. It just means, you know, it's just something that you just don't have. We all not perfect.
Even that. It's a tool. Like, we're giving you, this whole video is educational. These are tools for women. This is from men telling you what men want.
Yes.
So if you're trying to find a man, you can use all of these things we just told you. And if you can work on them, like, it's not about having it all together. Life is hard to balance, but just working on what you can. Maybe you could get 5 out of this list. If you get that many, you're doing your thing, sis. So, you know.
Yeah. You got all these, and I'm sure you're married already.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, make sure you guys like and comment. Did you guys agree with some of these points? What did you disagree with? And also, stay tuned, because I'm going to have the ladies on to talk about some green flags for us. You know, they're talking a lot of shit to us in the red flag video. But, you know, this time they're going to come on and tell some good things about us that I think you guys might need to follow. But, yeah, see you guys in the next video. BQ Quick Review. You know how we do. Boom.
Pieces and patches, I gotta be, cause the edges are jagged. I do not call my piece lessons with real beef, they be squeezing them ratchets. You not the same person that you on internet, I've been smelling some catfish. Don't condone violence, cause we move in silence, you know that they got it like Metal Gear Solid. Pick up the pieces and patches, I gotta be, cause the edges are jagged. I do not call my piece lessons with real beef, they be squeezing them ratchets. You not the same person that you on internet, I've been smelling some catfish. Don't condone violence, cause we move in silence, you know that they got it like Metal Gear Solid.